everyone, it's me, Nicole, and I'm currently 26 weeks and 5 days pregnant. I wanted to update you guys on everything that's been going on this past week. It's been a pretty crazy and packed week. I had a midwife appointment. I had like a midwife slash high-risk doctor fiasco going on, and there's just been a lot of stuff going on. So I thought I would get on here and make an update and let you guys know what's been going on. So I switched from my OB to my midwife, and my midwife was looking over my records. I hadn't had my first like real appointment with her. I had my, hold on, this looks a little lopsided. I had my meet and greet with her and everything before I had transferred my records over and before I became like her patient, but I hadn't had my first official prenatal appointment with her. So she was looking over my medical records and she gave me a call and she let me know that the MFM doctor, the maternal fetal medicine perinatologist, high-risk doctor, had marked on my medical records that he recommended that I have a repeat C-section. And he didn't write any notes down or say why he recommended this, but for some reason he recommended that I have a repeat C-section. So I saw him at 21 weeks for my anatomy scan. That's whenever I saw him. And during our scan, I didn't mention anything to him about wanting to VBAC just because I figured if everything was going well and the baby was healthy, that I was probably only going to see him maybe one more time through my pregnancy, just for, like, you know, to monitor the growth. But I didn't think that I would be seeing him. I didn't think that he would be attending my birth, so I just didn't discuss it with him. So I was kind of wondering if maybe it was just because, I'm sorry, she's playing Hungry Hungry Hippos over here. I was kind of wondering if it was because I just didn't bring it up to him and so he just arbitrarily wrote down repeat C-section because that's what he thought I wanted. I don't know. But I tried to get that whole Thursday and Friday, I tried getting a hold of him to try and like figure out what's going on. He bounces between 2 hospitals and he's got appointments all day and then, you know, of course births and things like that going on, so it's really difficult to get a hold of him. But basically his nurse gave me a call back on Friday night and told me that he wanted me to go ahead and continue seeing my midwife and that she would go over and discuss it with my midwife and make sure everything was smoothed over. So I went ahead and went to my midwife appointment on Tuesday, and it was like, you know, like the intake appointment was pretty long, and it was kind of weird because the information that they were giving me is kind of like the information that you would get at your first appointment for your whole pregnancy. So a lot of the stuff the nurse was going over with me, and she was like, okay, well, I guess we could skip over that. I guess we can skip over that because you're past that point already. Your baby's all, you know, developed already, and now she's just growing. And so a lot of the stuff, it was kind of funny. They were going over like testing and stuff that I've either, you know, already had done or had decided not to have done at all. And so it was pretty funny. But the one thing that we did discuss was my glucose test, which they want me to do next week. So I go in next week for my glucose test. And then she also let me know that at their practice, they start seeing moms at 28 weeks every 2 weeks. So I will, instead of going every 4 weeks, starting at 28 weeks, I'll be going every 2 weeks. So they wanted to see me at 28 weeks. So I was 26 weeks whenever I went. They'll see me at 28 weeks and then from then on every 2 weeks. And that just blew my mind because you know, that means that I'm coming to the end of my pregnancy. Like, that's crazy. So that was really, really nuts. And also, you know, with my last pregnancy, because things were so complicated, I was in the hospital twice a week. So it's kind of funny that, like, you know, they're letting me know that it was more frequent, but, you know, compared to my last pregnancy, I was in the hospital all the time getting, you know, ultrasounds and this and that done. So I just thought that was so cool. I'm like, wow, you know, I'm getting to that point in my pregnancy. It just, I don't know, like, I guess I keep waiting for the other foot to drop because of all the complications that happen with Sadie. I'm like, okay, you know, is there going to be a point where, you know, more complications are going to be introduced? But it just seems like it's going really, really well and there's no complications and I'm just having a normal pregnancy and things are progressing like they normally would. So I'm really excited about that. So I have my glucose test next week, and then the week after that I have my next midwife appointment. And so I was supposed to go to him at 31 weeks and have my growth ultrasound. But they just called me yesterday and they asked me if I would be willing to reschedule a couple of weeks earlier. So I'm not sure if he just wanted to evaluate me a couple of weeks earlier so he could change his recommendation on my medical record, or I'm really not sure what the purpose of moving the date up was. I mean, I'm happy, I'm excited, that's fine by me. If he wants to see me a little bit earlier, I don't have a problem with that, but I was just kind of like, I wonder why he's moving it up. But yeah, so for the next basically 4 weeks, I will be at the hospital every week. I'll have my glucose test, a midwife appointment, and then I'll have my ultrasound and then another midwife appointment. So we'll be there every week for different reasons. But that is perfectly fine. I'm just really excited that we're like in March, and that there's March, April, and May, and then baby's coming, so that's crazy. So I wrote down a couple more things here on my little memo pad on my phone to talk about. So, oh, okay. So another thing that we discussed at my midwife appointment was that during my visit with the pediatric cardiologist, during the ultrasound that they were doing, they let me know that the baby was breech at that point. It was 23 weeks. Babies are swimming and head up, head down, flipping, going crazy in there. You know, I'm not worried about it, but she just mentioned the word breech, and all of a sudden in my brain, I was just thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going through, you know, all these things in my head, thinking of all of the, you know, thinking of how I can make my chances for a VBAC, you know, the most favorable, and, you know, I'm trying to find the right doctor, the right midwife, the right hospital, this, that, the other thing. But if the baby's breech, I don't know what my options are. I haven't looked into that. I haven't even thought about that. I don't know, you know, if the baby's breech, I may not have any options. So I wanted to go ahead, even though I knew it was very, very early and the baby can flip a million times between then and the birth. I just kind of wanted to ask her what their policy was on breech birth or turning a breech baby with a VBAC patient, and she just let me know that, you know, there's natural positional ways, such as like spinning babies and things like that. You can go to see an acupuncturist or chiropractor. There's different things you can do as far as like that's concerned, but they will not do a version on me. They will not try to manually turn the baby, and if it comes down to that the baby's breech, there's nothing they can do. They will not try to deliver me breech. So if the baby is breech and she does not want to move and she wants to be breech, then that will pretty much guarantee me a C-section. So we'll just have to see. So some symptoms that I've been having, heartburn has really picked up in its frequency and its intensity, especially in the afternoon is when I most feel it. And it doesn't matter if I'm laying down or sitting up, it just comes up every once in a while, and I just tell myself that in a couple minutes it'll be gone and everything's gonna be okay, and you know, I just try to roll with it, but it is not so fun. I don't like heartburn. A lot more discomfort in the evening. It's been more difficult for me to find a comfortable way to sleep, and I've been tossing and turning a lot more. So whenever I wake up, I don't have like a lot of pain or anything like that, but whenever I'm sleeping, it's really difficult for me to like find a good position to sleep in. So what are you gonna do? Oh, that's wonderful. I like it. Can you make me another one? So I don't know if I just need more pillows, or, you know, if I'm just getting to that point in my pregnancy where I'm just going to be a little bit uncomfortable, but it's not like overwhelming. I'm not complaining about it, but I'm just noticing that I am getting a little bit more, having a little bit more discomfort. And then, alright, so the last thing that I have to update you guys on is my weight. I did have a midwife appointment, and of course they weighed me, and so I have to let you guys know about that. So I went in and I had my urine checked, and again, this is a side note, this is weird. The whole time that I was with my OB, he didn't check my urine at all, and I didn't even miss it, like I didn't even think about it until I went to my 21-week ultrasound, my anatomy scan, and with my MFM doctor, and they checked my pee, and I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't been doing this the whole time. So I talked to my OB about it, and he said that a lot of doctors are realizing that there's really just no point. It doesn't help with anything. It doesn't help diagnose anything. It's just the test is kind of pointless, so some doctors aren't doing it anymore. So anyways, my midwife is still doing the test, and so I went in, they checked my urine, and then they weighed me, and I will say that I had my big old winter boots on. They were soaked with snow, and I had several layers on. It was very cold that day, and my hair was wet. So all the excuses aside, I gained 4 pounds last week. So I'm from my pre-pregnancy weight, I am now up 8 pounds. So I'm not sure, on my pregnancy app that says that I'm in like the low to normal range still. So I kind of wanted to stick into the low range and not so much the normal range, because I already am overweight as it is. But it is what it is. I'm not going to stress over it. It's just going to make me eat more. So I'm just trying to, I've incorporated a couple more. Cool, thank you. You know, I'm just going to be trying to get up and make sure that I'm staying active and, you know, just be a little bit more conscious of it, because 4 pounds does seem like a lot in 1 month to me. So, oh, and the other thing that I wanted to talk about, sorry, one more thing, is my fundal height. And again, this is only the second time that my fundal height's been checked. The first time my fundal height was checked was at my 21-week maternal fetal medicine appointment, and at that point I was measuring 2 weeks ahead, and now at this appointment I'm measuring 4 weeks ahead. So I was measuring at 30 weeks whenever I was only 26 weeks. And so I asked my midwife if it was something that I should be concerned about, or if it has to do with my, you know, the fact that I'm a little bit overweight, or a bit overweight. And she said that, you know, weight can have something to do with it, and so we'll probably just be monitoring the size of the baby through ultrasounds. So that's fine by me, as long as they're not too often. So I will have, so again, I'm going to run down my schedule for you guys. So next week on Tuesday I have my glucose test. Then the next week after that I have another midwife appointment. And then the next week after that I have another ultrasound.
Mommy, I'll make a salad.
A sandwich? No, 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 no.
No food.
Oh, it's not, oh, it's just a picture of a sandwich?
Yes.
Oh, man. Cool. Okay, I'm almost done with my video, and then we'll talk some more. And then tonight, my mom let me know that there was another consignment event going on. So I was planning on going to a consignment event tomorrow. I'm still going to that one, but I'm going to go to this one tonight, and then I will go to the one tomorrow, and hopefully I will have a haul to share with you guys. So yes, exciting stuff. And oh, and I'm sorry, one more thing. I was going to do a toddler topics video about tantrums. It's getting really, really late. I should have had it up already, but the deadline, or like the last day to do it, would be Sunday. Anyways, I had everything all written out. I had like a notebook page full of just like things that I wanted to mention. Not because I feel like I'm an expert on it, but just because I feel like, you know, we all deal with tantrums. We all have experience in that, and you know, we can all just share how we deal with tantrums. But then the last 2 weeks happened to where, oh my goodness, this girl is like, she's just really exploring her opposites, okay? Anything I say or anything I ask her to do, she wants to say and do the opposite. So, and it's just been, it's been a crash course in like amping up the tantrum meter in our house. So instead of doing that video, I don't know if I'm gonna end up doing it or not, because I've just been discouraged a lot by it. And so maybe instead of making the video, I will go watch everybody's videos instead. And I have been, as they've been coming out and they've been dropping in my sub box. But anyways, yeah, so that's my little tidbit that I wanted to add on at the end. I will go ahead and end this right here, and I will talk to you guys for my next video. Bye.